Now we're live. Now we're live for free practice at Spa. Obviously, I haven't just been sat here just chilling. I've been streaming, but I didn't press go live. That's an amateur mistake. Right, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to duplicate that. Because I want to get the timing up. We're just minutes away, by the way. We are just minutes away. I don't know how the other free practices have gone, but I'm excited to see if McLaren are going to be the team that look like they're on top. Do we get the old ticker tape up as well? As long as you're here on time. I am here. I'm here on time. I believe we're advanced the session. We have. There's been times we have not made that. Right. Okay. Is the text thing gonna work? Goal alert. Goal alert. Goal alert. Yes. Yes. So we need something. We need something for the marquee text. The marquee text is here, because that bears no resemblance to any form of reality whatsoever. Like, that is just absolutely not relevant. So let me try and get standings in. Well, let me try and get a news story in. Check the hashtags. Are the hashtags wrong? We'll do it on the next one. Actually, I'll do it now. I'll do it now. But let me get the let me get a news story in. It was a 1-2 for McLaren. It was a 1-2 for McLaren. How about that? Okay, let's see if this is going to work. Goal alert. I think it's worked. I believe it has worked. Okay, let me check the hashtags. Spa GP. What are we hashtagging? Canada! Goodness me. Is it technically the Belgium GP? I feel like I would have called it Spa GP. Spa GP. Ah, I spelled Belgium. There we go. Alright, that's saved. That's going to be an absolute game changer, that is. Okay. Let's see what's going to be going on in free practice today. Could be a classic race. I don't know if it's raining or not. Let me see. Let me try and see. Well, we don't know yet. What we do know is that Esteban Ocon's gone to Haas, which is quite interesting, I think. Interesting move. Black, are we happy with the hashtags now? Is it all good on the hashtag front? And this is going to be my first of 3 streams today, which is partly why I'm streaming on the Motorsport channel. Although I do want to do free practice on the Motorsport channel, as I think we did last time. And just chill here on Motorsport. See, people have a go at these caps. These caps are not that bad. What's wrong with the cap like this? See, you do that. You drink it, you re-screw it back on, and it won't kill a seal or something now, it'll just stay. Easy. Right, it is overcast at Spa, with a low-hanging cloud as well, which could be interesting. Black is happy, okay, perfect. Welcome along as well if you're new to the stream, if you're wondering what's going on. What is happening here? Well, you're about to find out. It's 3 minutes away. qualifying, I think it's 3 p.m. UK time. And I have another stream at, I think, 5 o'clock UK time. But yeah, we'll see if McLaren can hold it. And if they're going to hold it, they're going to need to, as in like 1-2, they're going to need to sort out their driver shenanigans. Oh, it's very overcast. Surely it's raining. Surely it's raining. The helicopter's in the sky, but it must be like it's. If anyone's been to Spa, it's classic Spa weather. All seasons in a day. Right now, it's very cloudy. I'd be amazed if it's not raining. Just need to. Yeah, rain. It's raining, so it's a wet session. Okay. Unexpected bonus there. With a wet session. Exciting. We will see what that means. Yeah, everyone's out with the umbrellas. I think if we sat at home though, having a bit of rain is more fun for us. I'm happy about that. I'm not too disappointed. Right, so we're just 2 minutes away from, well, what should be the start of the session. Are people going to dive out straight away on wet tyres, or are they going to think, oh, I really don't want to damage the car? Well, we'll find out very soon. Very wet pit lane. I wonder if this is going to be full wets, actually. Not even inters. Could be full wets. And what are the chances of someone binning it? I would say quite high. Very high chance indeed. Obviously, if you're one of the McLaren drivers, you might want to, because there is a fight to be the dominant alpha there, you might want to be the fastest in FP3 and not be seen as not the fastest driver. Just my hunch. Right, we should be going now. Should be local time ready to go. Let's see. Hopefully the stream is okay. Looks like it's okay. Looks like Verstappen's gone out first, actually. Verstappen might be the driver who's coming out first. Yeah, queuing in the pit lane, and he is on intermediate. So Verstappen going out on inters, but oh, honestly, I don't know. I don't know for this one. I don't know. Black said, I don't know if this is a Croatian thing, but there are organisation schools who collect plastic bottle caps. Who collect. Oh, I'm struggling to get myself warmed up today. Let's try that one again. I don't know if this is a Croatian thing only, but there are organisation schools, etc., who collect plastic bottle caps in order to save nature, and then an amount of money is donated to fight leukemia. So I'm taking the caps off for good cause. Is that like, did the bottle manufacturers match it or something? How does that work? That's very interesting. Maybe we should all, as a community on stream, imagine how many bottle caps we could collect and how much we could raise for a good cause like that. Maybe it's one to consider. I think in America they've still got their old school, old style bottle caps. I'm having a look at replay of Verstappen, and did he go live at the hairpin after Luke came? Yes, he did. He went straight off the track, almost into the gravel. So it's interesting that Verstappen has had to go out first here. He's clearly not feeling super confident enough to not have to do that. Look how bright the purples are there. I love it. Love it. So I would not be surprised to see... Well, everyone's on inters. I wouldn't be surprised to see someone in the barriers, to be honest, because... Oh, Verstappen going to go Go Rouge, really pushing it. Lando Norris's thing has been steady there. His transponder. I wonder if Lando's had an issue, or it's just a transponder issue. I suspect transponder issue because otherwise I'd expect a yellow flag. See, Lando's thing is there just on pit exit, which is interesting. See what I can see on other information on that. Yeah, if inters are the right tyre, then the inters might start clearing. Not sure. Well, streaming down Verstappen's helmet. What do we think about Lando there? What's going on with Lando? What's Lando doing? What's Lando up to? Blackkin could be any kind of plastic cat, but I don't know who's actually donating money. I'm very intrigued now. I think we need to know who actually... Is it a supermarket thing? And is it actually a thing that's a double whammy? It's like, given your plastic caps, they won't harm the environment and will donate money to causes like fighting leukemia. Maybe it's just doubly good as well. Welcome, Isabel Fluggs. You're streaming? Yes, we're back streaming. We're streaming yesterday though, Isabel. We were streaming yesterday, and we streamed live last weekend, although I think I was doing my Formula E live streams as Hungary GP was going on, which was suboptimal timing. But yeah, we're back on the F1 today. Qualifying later. Ricardo saying, I feel like I'm losing hydraulics, the steering's really heavy. So, would be surprised if Ricardo doesn't come in. Has he come in? He has not. So, maybe they're still testing it. And I don't know what's going on with Lando. Maybe he's still in the pits, but don't know why his transponder's showing something. Should I ping in the Discord? Let me ping in the Discord. Please send an emoji in the Discord if I ping it. How do I find my stream? Here it is. Boom. Yeah, everyone on those inters. Be very exciting if we see a crossover here, actually. Welcome, Ruud van Leen. Good to see you. Hope the... Well, I heard the F1 has been put... KCF1's been postponed from today. We've got to get that last round. Hopefully one I can join. And would like to do it in VR. Isabel had to watch a German F1 commentary. Who does a German F1 commentary? Who's like the expert they have on that? So... Neither of the Hasses have come out. Ooh, it looks like there's going to be heavy rain. Ooh, I tell you what. It's not a long time to go to qualifying. I think it's going to be a wet qualifying. I think it's going to be a very interesting qualifying, actually. But yeah, we'll see he does well here in FP3. Just 7 minutes in. Blackheart, ask a friend who's a school organizer in my city. Sounds good. I'm very curious how that works. Maybe we can do something like that in our community. Like we can do something like that. Like, I don't know, just have an ongoing thing to raise money or something. There was a yellow flag out. I'm not sure what for. Someone went wide. Welcome, Atmosphere. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Green tick. Right, yellow flag out again. And another green flag. Has someone run wide again? Who could that be? Oh my god, so much spray. It's very heavy rain now, I think. Piastri being told, expect the heavy rain to last 10 minutes. Isabel, Ralph, Timo Glock, and Günther Steiner, and Sophia Florsch is an all-star lineup. Yeah, Lando is on circuit, so I think it's just a transponder issue for Lando. He's not stuck there. And I wonder if it's going to get too wet for the Inters, because it's very heavy rain now. Atmospheric normal, yeah, just a standard day in Spa. Very standard weather out here. Verstappen goes over the line. 201.5 for Verstappen. So, well, in the wet weather, could this be a great example for Verstappen to really... Oh, another longer yellow flag here, maybe. Who could that be? No, it's gone green again. Maybe just triggered people going wide. Black Hair says, I don't have a life. No, just chill. What a better way than just to chill and watch the Formula 1 in what is proving to be a very exciting season. Like, imagine if Verstappen were to crash out here, not in a dangerous way, but was just sort of to retire, and Norris was to win. What would that do for the championship standings? Sophia does it when they stream on TikTok. I didn't know they stream on TikTok. I've never done one of these streams on TikTok. To be honest, I probably should do it. I probably should do it, like, for these, but anyway. Just such a busy life. Not going to see any purple sectors will mean that the track is getting wetter. Atmospheric, I've seen your videos about Le Mans Ultimate. How do you compare? Honestly, I'm not the best. Ricardo, I think Box said something feels weird. I'm not the best with Automobilista because I've tried to get it working a few times and it just doesn't accept my setup. I've sat there on the grid in VR, ready to go, but it just won't map everything. So I'll give it another go. Hopefully this week I'm going to have a bit more time to... Because obviously last week was just crazy. With Formula E and then a GT7 update. And then streaming for charity yesterday. And then preparing for the streams later today. So, but next week hopefully, yeah, I do want to add Automobilista into the sort of roster of games that I'm doing. There was a weekend, a few weekends ago, where I was on Ren Sport just racing, making videos, and it was just really good just to race. And I'm racing for real tomorrow. I'm going karting tomorrow, so tomorrow I'm racing, and got a new camera, got a new very expensive camera setup that I regret, but hopefully it's going to be incredible footage. So. And it'll be worth it to show that. So if qualifying is going to be like this, it's going to be a case of really you want to get out early and be circulating and doing laps. And it might be a bit of a lottery when you hit the cutoff. What's Lando doing? Lando run wide? Oh, Lando did run wide on the exit of Les Combes into the gravel. Put quite a bit of gravel onto the track. I think Ricardo might have been off as well there. No, sorry, it was Yuki Tsunoda. Red flag! Red flag, everyone. Chat, get your red flags out because what's happened here to cause a red flag? What is this? Yeah, I'm doing both. I'm doing racing and I'm doing the F1. Red flag. Oh, there's an Aston Martin that's lost. It's come to a stop on the top of Eau Rouge, which you don't want to do. And it's Lance Stroll. He's hit the front left, which is interesting. How's he done that? There's not a lot of other damage other than the front left. Did they not put the tyre on properly? Or did he spin somehow and just hit the front left? The front wing looks okay. Black has got the red flag out. They don't stream on TikTok too often, to be fair. Maybe we need to do that. Just dominate. Yeah, Lance Stroll. It's a red flag. It's Lance Stroll. But I can't see much other damage to the car other than the front left is sort of hanging off. It's still tethered, but it's hanging off. Right, let's see what happened here. He goes up Eau Rouge. Oh, he does have a moment. Oh, he has a huge moment. He 360s it. Oh, wow. He 360s it, and it's actually quite a big impact, but it's all located on the front left as he's sort of rotating. Has a big twitch up Eau Rouge. And I'm sure, because it was such a big impact, there will be some damage to the floor and everything. So unfortunately for Aston Martin, this is exactly what I said you don't want to do, which is have to do a big rebuild of your car before qualifying. So that's very much suboptimal, I would say. He's already in the medical car. So imagine that red flag will end. I imagine it will end. Do you think Paul Aaron has a shot Alpine? I don't know. I didn't speak to Paul Aaron this season, even though I was in and around him. I don't know, actually. I mean, you'd be surprised if they didn't go for Doohan, wouldn't you? Considering I think he's seen as a bit more of like an Alpine junior. Well, they got Kushmani as an outside shot. Kushmani, didn't he win? Didn't he win in Hungary? So Alpine got a few options. Alpine have a big like junior program, so it'd be a bit. And I'm not sure Paul Aaron's been in it for a long time, or if he even is in it, to be honest. Red flag. Oh, I thought he'd won. My bad. I thought I saw some posts where he'd won. I was like, oh, that's good because we did the interview with him. But maybe I was wrong. Maybe I was mistaken. Oh, let's have a look at my dashboard. Let's get the live count up. Why not? I'm pretty sure he used to be Mercedes Junior. Oh, they're still recovering the car on Eau Rouge. Probably quite straightforward. I don't think there's a lot of debris. It's a really weird incident where it he sort of everything was located in the front left. All that damage. Probably couldn't have timed it better. What's this one? There we go. Someone was going to do it though. In those sort of conditions, probably the worst free practice conditions you can really get, to be honest, isn't it? Why does that sit there? Doesn't it? Shouldn't it sit like there? Or do you... Oh, okay. Ugh. Is it because I don't know how I did this last time. I kind of don't want to mess it up, but I am going to mess it up. Let's roll with it. Let's do it. There we go. But then why is it not? Oh, hang on. Is that... Yes, there we go. Finally.
Keep trying.
I thought he'd won it. Let me check. F2 results. Formula 2 home. It's just a bit of an engine lottery, isn't it? Calendar and results. This description for this one's still from Bahrain. I don't think it's going to make too much difference. Advert for a burger. New Buffalo Tower from KFC. Budapest. Oh no, he won the sprint race. So Kush mainly won the sprint and Kimi won the feature, I think. So maybe there were lots of penalties. What are the standings in F2? Standings. Hadjar's in the lead. But where's Hadjar going to go? I mean, surely Hadjar has to go to Toro Rosso, right? RB Cash App. Welcome, Phantom Buster. Good to see you. So Hadjar's leading. Then Paul Aaron. Then Bortoletto. Then Zane Maloney. Then Colapinto. Then Antonelli. Then Crawford. Then Hauger. Then Maney. Then Fittipaldi. Then Martins. Behrman. Remember Behrman, though, didn't he sacrifice his pole position in Saudi? But Behrman's all the way down in 14th. Taylor Barnard is in 20th, but I think Taylor Barnard is probably going to go to Formula E, actually. I'm not sure that's announced. Maybe I shouldn't say, I don't know. Poor Lance, so he's to make a mistake. Yeah, maybe he didn't really want to be out there, but the thing is, if you can't do it in free practice, you're not going to do it in the race, I guess. F1 Clash. F1 Clash got in touch with me years ago saying, do I want to do a video with them? And I was like, I don't really think it would be that interesting mobile game, but now I'm like, maybe it would. Prima downfall in F2. Yeah, what is going on? Or is it just the engine lottery? What about Bortoletto though? Didn't Bortoletto win in Austria? Hadjar has a shot at the V-carb seat. Well, I mean, what more can Hadjar do? And he's been in the, he's done a few FPs, hasn't he? So Hadjar won in Silverstone, one in Imola, one in Melbourne, I think. The amazing thing about the F2 standings is there's so many drivers who have a 0, like, in their columns. Like, it's very hit and miss. And I think that's down to the engine sometimes. Paul Aaron and Zane Maloney tested FE. Yeah, Paul Aaron drove. Paul Aaron actually drove a race in Berlin, whereas Zane Maloney tested. Zane tested in Misano. That's when I spoke to Zane. I think Bortoletto got a penalty and lost a win. I'm not sure. Obviously, you want to get your big points in the feature, don't you? I think you get 10 points for winning the sprint, but you get 25 in the feature, I believe. Although somehow Hadjar got 27 points at Silverstone. How's Hadjar got 27 points? Is that a point for qualifying and a point for fastest lap or something? Do you think Zane has a shot at the Audi seat? No. Well, he is the stake development driver. I don't know. That's an interesting one. I mean, I did ask him about it. I said, what do you want to do next year? He said, I really want to be in F1. So it's no surprise what he wants to do, to be honest. Right, no longer red flag, although Verstappen's not in the car. He's just still chilling. Pole 1 point, fast lap 1 point. Okay, there we go. That makes sense. By the way, hasn't Verstappen got his 10 place grid drop here? So Verstappen's going to have to come through the field. Which is going to be exciting to see, or see him try at least. Chat, 9 people watching, 7 likes. I think we can push for 10 likes. I think we can push for the big 10. What do we think? I'm not even sure I've liked my own stream. Hang on. That's what I was looking for. Here we go. I've dropped my like now. I was lagging there. We're on 8 likes right now. On the big 8 likes. Isabel Flo, I was just wondering because he hasn't really been in conversation. Yeah, it's true. And he started the season, he was leading the championship. In fact, when I interviewed him, he was leading. Quali predictions. Got to be between the McLarens, hasn't it? What if Oscar just absolutely dominates Lando here? What if Oscar does a generational lap? It's half a second quicker. Yuki's got a six. Yuki's starting in. Well, he's starting in Amsterdam then, isn't he? Amateur Stride tomorrow. Later on, quali is still raining. So he's saying it's going to be wet qualifying, dry race. Probably the most exciting way to do it, actually, isn't it? Well, actually, no. A wet race here would be very exciting as well. I'm looking at radar, and the radar looks like it's just absolutely battering Spa with wet weather. I wonder if the teams are going to try and work out specific slots when they think it might be dry for qualifying, and try and go out in those slots. What about F3? Let's have a look at F3. Wet race, but not 2020. Yeah, not that wet. Right, who's leading F3? It's Mini. Mini is leading F3. Luke Browning, very highly rated, is in P2. Fornaroli 3, Lindblad 4, Boganovic 5th, Mansell 6th, Gautier 7th, Tramnitz. Who's Tramnitz? Why do I recognise the name Tramnitz? Tramnitz in P10. Tim Tramnitz. Red Bull Junior. He's 2021 Italian F4 runner-up. Well, he's in P10. Montoya in P19. Yes. That's F2. Tramnitz and Gautier Red Bull Juniors. Okay. So they're the ones to watch out for potentially. Sophia Flörsch is 28th out of 30 classified. And it says here Sophia Flörsch has not scored a point this season. Which surprising. I thought she was scoring points, but maybe she's not. Alpine Academy drivers are doing really well. Who's Alpine Academy in F3? But they can always go into hypercar program as well. And don't Alpine? Oh, well, last year Alpine were running PTs as well. It's raining on Eau Rouge. In fact, it is green now, but no one's going out. Maybe they've seen what's happened to Lance Stroll. They just don't want to risk it. Maybe that's what's happening. Who's Mini though? Surely they're set for an F2 seat. Gabriel Mini. Alpine. With Prima. Starting karting in 2012. Therefore aged 7. I don't know if that's late or early actually. He beat Paul Aaron in WSK Supermaster, which is no joke. And then he was runner-up in CIK FIA Karting World Championship, which is no joke. Partnered Portoletto and Montoya in ADAC F4. Is that German F4? But I saw a post where Sophia Flörsch was like, yeah, I'm on the path to F2, and I was like, oh, that's really good. But when I look at the results, I'm like, I don't, on the face of the results, just on the data, I don't think there's a lot of drivers who would be ahead in the queue for an F, but there's lots more that goes into motorsport, but I just wasn't clued up. Oh, he was in F3 last year as well, Mini. Oh, no, sorry, he wasn't. He did the post-season. Hang on. 2023. Yeah, he was F3 last season, so it's his second season F3, and he came 7th last season. Yeah, maybe that's the interview I saw. She said she could be in F1 in 3 to 4 years, but I just like if you're like kind of getting a few points here and there, then I think yeah, absolutely fair enough. But if you haven't scored any points all season, then I don't know. But that's yeah. It's really raining at Spa. I'm not sure cars are going to go out, to be honest. It's absolutely pouring. I mean, he did a Formula E test as well for Nissan this year, which might be why I sort of felt like he was on my radar. What about Fornaroli? Let's have a look at Fornaroli. Yeah, it is green, no cars on track. I'm not sure we're going to see any cars on track, to be honest. But when they do, they're going to come out on wets. Fornaroli began karting at 10. I feel like that's really old. I remember being like 18, 19 and starting karting, and I was like, oh, I'm just really old. I'm like way too old. But if I knew people were starting at 10, I'd be like, oh, I'm only a few years behind. Maybe. Mercedes have removed all their upgrades. Wow. Are they sure that it's not a glitch on the sim? Fornaroli's with Iron Links. And he was in F3 last year, finishing 11th. What about Gautier? Gautier's part of Red Bull. Danish and German nationality, but born in London. Based in... Hang on, Oliver Gautier is a Danish-German racing driver based in Monaco, born in London. I bet that's been an upbringing. Yeah, it's absolutely pouring it down now at Spa. Lando floor damage. Well, I saw they were doing some stuff under the car. I mean, he did go into the gravel. So, hopefully not, but we'll see. So Gautier, his father is a racing driver currently competing in the GT World Challenge. Roald Gautier. So what do the Gautiers do? Every race is the home race, yeah. Wow, what an upbringing that must have been. Roald Gautier. Rothko collection. During the late 1960s, the success achieved by the Golf JUW Automotive team fired the imagination of a young German enthusiast by the name of Roald Gautier. His mission was to create a collection of racers. He collects cars. Appointment of Roald Goettig as an independent non-executive director of Tullow Oil PLC. Roald is a here we go. Roald is a highly experienced oil and gas executive with extensive commercial knowledge of the energy industry in Africa, including business development, M&A, and in oil markets, specifically hedging. In 2006, he founded his own company, Delaney Petroleum Limited, trading crude oil and petroleum products, predominantly with West Africa and the Middle East. It's pronounced like the famous poet Johann Wolfgang von Goethe. I don't know how to pronounce that though. I'm just not very educated like that. Okay, so Roald is a petrochemical bro. That also collects very expensive racing cars, establishing a world-class car collection. Roald Gautier is a German entrepreneur and car enthusiast. Over the past 14 years, he's built up his private collection of 46 iconic vehicles. This guy has made... Why am I not in the oil and gas industry? Why did I not start my own petrochemical company? What am I doing here on a Saturday? Just amateur hour over here. Okay, so he's a big gas guy. Maybe he did. No, he's Africa, isn't he? And in his spare time, he does GT racing, and his kids are F3 racers. I think both of them are. I'm living the wrong life here. I made a wrong turn somewhere. Maybe I should interview. Maybe I should befriend Roald Gautier. Roald Gautier, 2011 Intercontinental Le Mans Cup. Benjamin Gautier, Oliver Gautier. So he's bringing up the kids. Benjamin Gautier also does GT World Challenge. Team WRT. Gautier is part of WRT. Oh my goodness. Why is no one out the pits? It's red flag now even. It's just so red it's red flagged. Honestly, this session is not going to restart. I'm just going to say it frankly. It's just too wet. What's my day job? Well, definitely not oil and gas. If it was oil and gas, I'd be at Spa right now. What's the collection? What's he got in the collection? He's got a McLaren P1. Oh my goodness me. Oh my goodness. Hang on. I want to show you the collection. How do I get this up? Well, he's got an Audi. They're all in Golf livery. So maybe he's part of Golf. I don't know. He's got... This is... Who's this? Which Gautier? Is Papa Gautier. He's got an Audi R8. Like the Le Mans winner. Porsche 917. Porsche 908, Ford GT40 OG1, Aston Martin DBR9 007 GT3, Aston Martin Vantage GT2, Aston Martin R16 LMP1, Aston Martin Vantage GTE, Aston Martin AMR1. He's got a Tyrrell 007. He's got a Lamborghini Gallardo GT3. He's got the McLaren M8B, which is the car that Bruce McLaren died in, if I remember, the Can-Am one. McLaren M8D, McLaren M20, McLaren F1 M14, McLaren M60, McLaren M23. Then he's got the McLaren F1 GTR, McLaren GTR F1 Longtail, that'd be the Le Mans winning car. McLaren MP412C, Ford Mirage M1, Ford Mirage M2, Mirage M5, Mirage M6 Coupe, Golf Mirage GR7, Golf Mirage GR8, Porsche Kramer K8. He's got a Brabham IndyCar, Halmet TX, Brabham BT26, Porsche 911 2.7 RS. That might be like the Rally Sport one. He's got a Route F3. He's got a brand new Mercedes AMG GT3, Lola T70 Coupe, Lola T70 Mark II Spider, Ford GT40 Mark 1, and a Porsche 962. So my guy. Fit, but only 11 likes. But we can win with your help. Well, I'm showing 10 here. I'm only showing 10. What's going on? We're going down. How old is Oliver? Oliver is 19. Wow, you just learn so much about racing and yeah.
Okay, crack on.
Crazy. Let's look up someone else in F3. What about Mansell? Let's look up Mansell. Yeah, I heard Zanvort. It's a money thing, isn't it? A VAT thing. Christian Mansell is a Australian racing driver. He's not related to Nigel Mansell. Mansell has type 1 diabetes. He grew up in New South Wales but currently lives in London. He reportedly gives very good hugs and enjoys Stroop waffles. Gautier we know about. What about Sololov? I didn't know if basically counts as FP3, by the way. What about Nicholas Sololov? Nicholas Sololov is a Bulgarian racing driver, racing with ART in F3. The Bulgarian Lion, a nickname he gained early in his career, started his karting career, supported by his father Dimitar. Right. What does Dimitar Sololov do? Dimitar Sololov. IT director. Okay, that's not that exciting. I was hoping it's like oil magnate. Let's go right to the bottom. Who's last? Sophia First, 28th. Let's go Jay Dufek. Jay Dufek in 30th. Sololov is Alpine Academy, almost banned. Sounds about right. I don't know what's in the Wikipedia. Right, Joshua Dufek. Joshua Dufek is an Australian Swiss driver born in Camden Town. Dufek. What's the story with Dufek? He made a bold call. Sounds like he's written his Wikipedia. Do I have a Wikipedia entry? Okay, we don't know too much about Joshua Dufek. What about C. Shields? Clarissa Shields. No, that's a boxer. Okay. We're not going to find C. Shields. What about... Oh, Wirtz must be of the Wirtz clan. What about Zagazeta? Let's have a look at Zagazeta. Matthias Zagazeta is a Peruvian racing driver. It's a 2021 F4 British Championship runner-up. Having left behind all his family in Lima and racing in tracks he did not know, the Peruvian endured a difficult season, eventually only scoring 34 points. But he went straight into Carlin though, so... So what did the Zagazetas... What's the story with the Zagazetas? Search Zagazeta. Surface warfare. What? Peru. I don't know the story with the Zagazetas, to be honest. The first Peruvian F1 star. Born and raised in Lima. In West Lima. Okay, what about C. Voisin? Who is C. Voisin? Let's have a look. Claire Voisin. Oh no, that's a French mathematician. C. Voisin F3. Callum Voisin. Callum Voisin began his racing. Okay. Callum Voisin is a British-Swiss racing driver. He's a candidate for the BRDC award. He continued impressing. Okay, we don't know too much about Callum Voisin. We don't really know. Right, chat, this session's not going to restart. Let's be honest. It's just raining too much. So what I might do is I need to prep for streams later. Voisin has pole in the feature race, does he? We're not... There's no one in the world who knows F3 better than you do. So I'm just going to assume the answer is yes. But, yeah, we'll see. But I think what I'm doing is I'm going to end the stream, and I'm just going to be sat here doing prep for streams later, including qualifying at 2:30. But it's good that this has all worked, which is great. And yeah, hopefully there is going to be a qualifying. Otherwise, will they backtrack to FP3? And would Verstappen be on pole? Interesting one. Cool, we'll be on the main channel later. It's been good to dust off the cobwebs in F1. But yeah, thanks so much everyone for joining. Isabel Vlatka, Fitbit, Reed Van Loon was here, Venkat was here as well. The hardcore crew. Isabel Vlak's going to work on a thesis, which is how to go from the oil and gas industry into F3. Interesting one. But yeah, thanks so much everyone. I will see you later. 2 more streams today and then a big stream tomorrow.